Afternoon, everybody. Today is Saturday, the day before the kickoff of the NFL. And most of you don't know this, but I'm a big fan of the NFL. I'm a big Cincinnati Bengals fan, good or bad. I've been with them through Super Bowls 20-some years ago to now. I've been with them when they called them the Bungles, and I'm still with them. I think we might be a little bit better this year. We've had 2 losing seasons. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. As y'all know, I've been owner-operator now for about 4 weeks. I think I'm going on my 5th week here. Had a real bad week last week. Had to take a 34-hour reset and a couple other things. This company I'm signed on with right now, A, I don't like it because there's a dispatcher, and I'm already ticked off about some of the things that have happened there. B, they got some crap that I don't like, some rules that I have to abide by that I don't like, and being 21 years in the military, I'm not too good at being told what to do. Especially after, coming up the ladder for so long and pretty much being in charge my last few years. Anyway, one of the things I don't like with this particular company, and I'm not going to mention their name because that would be bad, but they give you a fuel card. You can only go to Pilots and Flying J's, and at first I thought that'd be okay, but turns out it wasn't so good because I've been in areas like southeast New Jersey, taking a trip from there to New York and the boonies in New York, and there were no Flying J's or Pilots in the areas when I needed fuel. And I went long stretches of road with no Pilots or Flying J's, so I've had to use my own personal debit card a couple times, which I guess in the end it doesn't matter because it's all going to come out of my pocket anyway for fuel. But it's a pain in the butt. Then they freeze your fuel card if you're not under load. And I've had a couple times where I've delivered a load and then been off for the weekend, but I ended up needing fuel, for the long weekend, and I couldn't get fuel. So that really ticked me off. They're like, well, all you got to do is call and we'll make sure we turn it back on. Well, sometimes, like on a holiday weekend, it's hard to get a hold of people. Then half the time, the people you talk to barely speak English anyway because they're dispatchers out of a foreign country, somewhere near Bosnia or something like that. So I don't like that either. But anyway, as y'all know, I'm only doing this temporarily until I get my truck. I've already put the down payment on my truck. I'm just trying to get the timing right to go get it because it's all the way in Utah. And technically, I signed a 90-day contract with these guys. I already know I'm not going to finish out those 90 days. I was going to originally, even after I knew I bought a truck. But there's some things that have been happening, in the last week or so that I've changed my mind. I'll pay the $1,000 and I'll go on, $1,000 fine. One of the things that I'm talking about is I delivered a load in Alabama a few days ago, and after that delivery, I wanted to start my 34-hour clock reset so I could get a full 70 hours to do a couple long loads like the one I'm on right now. Well, as soon as I delivered that, I went off duty, put a little note in my logbook saying off duty, starting my 34-hour reset, and I deadheaded back to my house. Yes, it crossed a couple state lines. Yes, I went about 250 miles. But as far as I'm concerned, and correct me if I'm wrong, FMCSA, they don't care. There's no set amount of miles you can go or anything like that. I'm empty. I'm going to my house. I made it notated that I am on my 34-hour reset. Anyway, I get to my house, I spend the night, and I only spent 1 day at the house anyway. And then I get up in the morning to drive. Well, I got a call from the company saying, we need to talk to you about your logbook. I said, what? And they told me, you drove on duty. I said, no, I didn't. I was off duty. I delivered my load. I put a notation and I'm a 34-hour reset. Well, she said, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't drive that far. You can't cross multiple state lines. She's like, I'm giving you a verbal warning. I'm like, fine, give me a verbal warning. I don't care. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time, give me a warning. It's not like I'm going to be here that long. Okay. Anyway, so that's one of the other issues I'm dealing with. They're way overpriced on their rentals, like I'm renting this or leasing it, whatever you want to call it. They add in all these, like everybody says, getting 88% like I'm getting now, that doesn't mean anything, okay? It matters what you net. It matters what are you getting and what kind of fees are they charging you. Okay, and I knew this, but like I said, I knew I was only doing it short term. So, you know, yeah, 88% ain't a whole lot. You know, even if you gross $6,000, you know, if they're charging you $3,000-$4,000 for your truck rental and all the fees, 88% doesn't add up to that much. Anyway, so just updating y'all. Right now, I did my 34-hour reset. Got chewed out a little bit on the phone. I said, okay, give me a warning. Picked up a load in Alabama. I'm taking it up to Maine right now to start my new week for the paycheck. Like I said, I've had some bad weeks, 1 or 2 bad weeks, one specifically, two paydays ago. Last week was great. I grossed $8,000, so I should walk away with there at least $5,000 or $6,000. And then this week here, like I said, I'm taking this road going from Alabama up to Maine. It's like 1,500 miles. I think I'm getting $4,800, so that's not too bad. It's over $3 a mile for a 1,500 mile trip. And then from there, I'm going to try to get another long load, maybe going back to Florida, you know, or maybe to Louisiana or Texas or something like that, so I can go all the way down south and take I-10 through my house, maybe stop there for a night. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. I know I haven't been doing any videos lately. Just wanted to update y'all. Temporarily on this gig till I pick up my truck. It's probably going to be, I expected really to have it by now, but I was trying to put a little more cash in my pocket before I actually went and picked it up. Because what I'm going to have to do is I'm probably going to run all this week, you know, then take a, you know, get a decent paycheck, then take this truck to Chicago, turn it in there, and then from there, after I turn it in, I'm going to fly over to near to Salt Lake City, Utah, pick up my truck, and then bobtail it back to Ohio, where I'm going to put the plates on it, because you don't pay sales tax on a semi if you're over the road, if you plate it in Ohio. So that's what's going on with me. Still watch quite a bit of YouTube, a little bit of drama going on here in certain areas. There for a while, I was watching some people. I quit watching them because of all the drama, and I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about, the whole little group. I started just recently rewatching it, and all of a sudden there's more drama starting back up again. And I just can't stand it. And I know some people have been thrown into it recently, like Jeffrey Light's names were thrown into it just in the last couple of days, which was like ridiculous. Like, are you kidding me? You're gonna throw somebody into that doesn't have anything to do with it, you know? Anyway, appreciate y'all. Hey, and I think I might have already said this, but the few people I did meet over at GATS, I appreciate it. Jeffrey Light, I know I was in a hurry. I was on my way to pick up a load. I only got to talk to you maybe 3 or 4 minutes. I really wish I could have stayed longer and chatted, but duty called and I had to go pick up a load and get out of there a little bit earlier so I can make sure I get that decent load. And it was real nice hanging out with everybody in the parking lot there. I don't know, I think it was Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken. There's about 4 or 5 of us hanging out there. Got to meet Snorlord in person, other trucker James Best. You know, I really had a real good time. I think Sean Price was there, but wish I could have stayed long with y'all. And I'm sorry apologize for taking off the next day without saying too much to you guys, but I wasn't expecting to get a load that quick, and I only went through maybe a fourth of the show Friday morning, and they called me and asked me if I wanted this specific load. I said, yeah, give it to me. So I hurried up, hauled butt through the show real quick, seeing a couple people that I wanted to see, a couple booths, and then went back to my truck as quick as possible. So well, it was real nice talking to y'all. Hope to see y'all again. I'm going to try to get to the next show over there in Joplin if I can. If there's a few people that I've met that are going to go there, I might try to go there. Really, to be honest with you, I just want to go just for, you know, the visiting of people, meeting people, and hanging out with people, you know, that I've recently met through YouTube and the trucking channels. So y'all be safe out there. I'm headed, I'm halfway to Maine from Alabama. Going to drive me another 4 or 5 hours tonight. Drive me about 6 or 7 hours tomorrow. Pick up this load up in Maine and see if I can get back down to Florida. But again, y'all be safe. Keep the rubber side down, shiny side up, and we'll talk to y'all later. All right? It's Dollar Bill, Big Rig Bill. Take care. Bye.